Good morning, class. Okay, how are you today? Yes, good, great. So, why? Oh, I'm so sorry about that. But I hope later after this class you can change your so day into happy day. Alright? Yes, good. Okay, have you got your breakfast today? Yes? Good. No? Someone said no. Why? I'm sorry. Yeah, you must be late. Of course. Okay, it's okay. Later you can get your lunch. Right? Yes. Okay. Before we start our class today, I want to ask, do you know who's absent today? Oh, no one absent in this class today? Okay, good. Because I think this is a special day because I have the special lesson that you will learn today. Okay. Before we start our class, it's better if we start the class with the prayer. Who wants to be the volunteer for the prayer? Okay, Dika. Yes. Please lead the prayer from your seat. Okay. Amen. Thank you, Dika, for leading the prayer. Okay, class. Before we start, I want to ask you about today's lesson. Do you know or can you guess what lesson that we learn today? No? Okay, I will. Don't worry, I will give you a clue. So now I bring this things. Okay, do you know what is this? Yes, Wawan? Yes, great. This is the tubes. Okay, the tubes used for what? What's the differences that you can find in these two tubes? Okay, Thomas? Yes, it's about the color and the size. Okay, you guys have answer in the true answer, and then can you guess what we will learn today from the clue? Okay, no. Okay, actually we will learn how to compare the two things or person in English by learning this lesson. So we will learn about the degree of comparison. Yes, of course. Okay, before I start to explain the degree of comparison, here I have a handout, and later this handout is include the material and the worksheet, and later you will work together to do the worksheet with your friends in pairs, and then the last part of worksheet will be used as your homework, and you must submit it in the for the next week. Sorry. Okay, I will distribute it to you. Okay, please help me to distribute the handout, and please take a look first on the handout. If you have confusing things about the handout, you can always ask me about this in this class. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Great. Okay, now let's take a look on the meaning of the degree of comparison. So what is the degree of comparison actually? You guys have want to answer? Okay, Yuda? Yes, good. The degree of comparison is used to form of adjective that compare the things. Yes, but actually the degree of comparison has the other function beside that. It can be used to express the equality, superiority, inferiority, and it can also express the supremacy or of one person or a thing. Do you know what is the supremacy? Vira, yes? No, okay. Actually, the supremacy is a very something of a person or a thing compared to the other, like that. So if your friends is very tall compared to the other, yeah, you can use the degree of comparison to express that opinion. Okay, next, the degree of comparison has divided into 3 types of form. So same with the meaning. The first one, we have the positive degree, comparative, and superlative degree. And now we will move to the positive degree. Okay, so do you know what is the positive degree? Anyone wants to answer? Okay, Chandra? Yes? Yes, good. It's the basic form of the degree of comparison. It's like it states the simple quality of a person or a thing without modify the adjective, because it's a form of adjective or adverb. For example, Sophie, actually the positive degree has 3 different functions. The first one, it works as a simple quality and it cannot change the adjective. For example, like this: Sophia is a diligent girl. So the diligent is adjective, the basic form, and then it doesn't change in the positive degree. And then the second function, we use it to compare two things that has the equal or same aspect that exist in that things. For example, like this: this task is as difficult as yesterday's homework. Actually, in the slide, I've given you the structure. So when it comes to the second function, we change the basic form of adjective into the positive degree of adjective by adding as in before and after the adjective or adverb. Like this task is as difficult as yesterday's homework. So as difficult as is about the form of positive degree. And the third function is the opposition from the second function. It's about to express or state the two things that didn't have the same aspect, and it also has the similar structure from the second function, which the difference is you must add not into the structure. So let's take a look on the example first. The task is not as easy as you imagine. So not as easy as, not, and the adjective form of the positive degree in the third function. So is it clear, everyone? Okay, good. Okay, before we move to the second structure of degree of comparison, that is comparative degree, I will show you a short video to make the comparative degree structure becomes more clear than before. Okay, let's take a look on the video.
You know, my bicycle is fast.
My bicycle is faster.
My dad is tall.
My dad is taller. Our TV is big.
So, our TV is bigger.
My brother is strong.
You think so? My brother is stronger. My dog is friendly.
My dog is friendlier.
See ya.
See ya.
I think you'll like my new rocking chair.
But I liked your old rocking chair. It was comfortable.
That's right. But my new rocking chair is more comfortable.
Really?
Here, try it.
You're right, Mom. This new rocking chair is more comfortable. Absolutely.
Okay, so after you watch the video, let's discuss on this structure, comparative degree. So what do you get from the video? What is comparative degree? Yes? Yeah? Okay, it is a form of adjective or adverb that used to compare two things or two objects that and then they modify. Yes, and then actually comparative degree has some structure, and it depends on the, you know what, the syllables of adjective. So if we have one syllable adjective, we can take a look at the slides. We use the structure subject plus verb plus adjective or adverb plus er and plus then plus object. So that's the structure, and let's take a look on the example. And then we also have the rules for some adjective. So actually, if the adjective ends with consonant, it becomes like that. That is tall. Tall is ends with consonant. So you can add the er, so it becomes the taller. Taller is the form of adjective, comparative adjective, like that. And then the other example is about few become fewer, and then young become younger. And then if there is an adjective that ends with vowel e, you can put plus r, just plus r to make it as comparative adjective. For example, like nice become nicer, brave become braver, brave become braver. Okay, and then the last one, if the adjective ends with consonant plus short vowel plus consonant, it means that you must double the consonant after that, and then you must put er after that if you want to change it into a form of comparative adjective. For example, like big become bigger, bigger, and hot become hotter, like that. Okay, next slide, we take a look at the example. So example like this, with ending with consonant, we use the taller one. Kim is taller than Shu. My sister is younger than my brother. Today, Tina looks nicer than yesterday. Ronnie feels braver than anyone else in this house, and etc. You can take a look on the slides later. Okay, next, for two syllables adjective, we have two syllables. We have two structures, and it depends on the adjective also. So we have two structure: subject plus verb plus adjective er plus then plus object, and the second structure is subject plus verb plus adjective or adverb. For more, adjective or adverb plus then plus object. Okay, let's take a look at the table below the structure. Okay, if the adjective ends with consonant y, so you must put the IER after the adjective if you want to change the base form of adjective into the comparative adjective. For example, like easy become easier, lucky become luckier, pretty become prettier. Okay, and then the second one, if it's ending with ed, ing, full, or less, or ends with the other consonant and vowel, you can put more before the adjective, but you don't have to add er or ier, something like that. For example, like the base form worried, so it becomes more worried in comparative degree, comparative adjective form. Peaceful becomes more peaceful, useless become more useless, and handsome become more handsome. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Okay, good. Okay, let's take a look on the example. So I will read some example in this comparative degree with 2-syllable adjective. First one is, this task is easier than my homework, because the subject is this task, and is because the task is singular, it's a thing, and it's easier than, easier. My homework is the object, like that. My cat is prettier than my dog, and the other example you can take a look by yourself in the handout or the slides. Okay, so the next one is the 3 syllables or more syllables of adjective. So if you have the adjective like that, you must use one structure, and that is about subject plus verb plus more or less adjective or adverb plus than plus object. It's same with the structure in 2 syllables of adjective. And then the example, it's about base form, beautiful become more beautiful, expensive become more expensive, and the other one you can read by yourself at the handout. So if the base form of adjective with 3 syllables wants to change into the comparative adjective, you can put more after before the adjective. Yeah, like that. And the example is like this. The next slide. For example, like this. That is more interesting than before. Susie's car is more expensive than Woody's car. So more expensive and more interesting is the adjective form in comparative degree. Okay, so after this we can before we move to the superlative degree, I want to show you a video about the superlative degree, and you can take a look right now.
I think your friend Margaret is very smart.
She certainly is. She's the smartest person I know.
She's also very kind. Don't you think so?
Absolutely. She's the kindest person in my class.
You know, she's also very friendly.
You're right. She's probably the friendliest person in the school.
And she's very funny.
I know. Everybody says she's the funniest kid in the 10th grade. Andrew?
Yes?
Do you like Margaret?
Well, I like everybody.
Come on, Andrew. You know what I mean. Do you like Margaret? I mean, do you really like her?
Well,
After all, she is the smartest, kindest, friendliest, and funniest person I know.
well, I guess I like her a little.
I think you like her a lot. I'll introduce you to her tomorrow.
You will?
Sure. And you know why?
Why?
'Cause you're the nicest brother in the whole wide world.
Ah.
Okay, class, after you watch the video, yeah, you must know about some adjectives that exist in superlative degree form of adjective, right? Okay, let's take a look in the superlative degree meaning. So from the video, we can conclude that superlative degree is form of adjective or adverb that used to show something that has a quality up to the greatest or least degree. Like I've told you about the supremacy. It's about the very of something, of person, like that, if compared to the other. And the basic rules of superlative degree, we add est or iest or most in the adjective form. So same with the comparative degree, it has some structure that depends on the syllables of adjective. So let's take a look at the first example. First slide. For one syllable adjective, we use this verb, subject plus verb, plus the, plus adjective or adverb est, plus object. So you must put the and adjective est to make an adjective form of superlative degree. So we can take a look at the first, the example on the table. Same with the comparative. For example, that the adjective that ends with consonant, you put the est, so from the tall become tallest, few become fewest, young become youngest. And then if the adjective ends with vowel e, you put the bravest, brave become bravest, and nice become nicest. So you must just put the est because there's already e on the adjective. And then if it ends with consonant plus your vowel plus consonant, you must double the consonant and put the est. Like big become biggest and hot become hottest. And then the example about the superlative degree, for example, like this. He is the tallest student in this class, like that. And the other example are available in this slide. Okay, and we move to the next slide. So if we have two syllables of adjective, we have two structure that depends on the end words of adjective. So we use same subject verb plus the adjective or adverb plus iest plus object, and subject verb plus more plus adjective adverb plus object, like that. And we can take a look at the table below, the structure. So adjective that ends with consonant y, we put iest after the adjective to remove the y. For example, like easy become easiest without y. Lucky become luckiest. Pretty become prettiest, like that. And if the adjective ends with ed, ing, full, less, or other consonant and vowel, we put more before the adjective, and we haven't changed the adjective. For example, like base form worried become most worried. Boring because become most boring. Sorry, peaceful most peaceful, and the other. Okay, we can take a look on the example. So the example is like the first example. My sister's homework is the easiest homework that I've ever done. Or she is the prettiest woman in the world, like that. She is the subject and woman in the world is the object, like that. And the other example, we can you can look at the slides or the handout. Okay, for 3 or more syllables, we use the same structure as the 2 syllables, which is we use most adjective or adverb. For example, like beautiful become most beautiful, and then expensive become most expensive because it has 3 syllables, expensive, like that. Okay, and the other example, diligent, most diligent, difficult, most difficult, and etc. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, good. Keep up with your good job. Okay, the example is like this. The next slide. This is the most interesting ball that I found. So the most interesting. Okay. Susie has the most expensive ball at the present, like that. And some okay, we have also the structure that became the irregular comparative and superlative form. So this irregular form changed the base form of adjective into the very different words from its adjective. For example, like the base form of good. Good is a base form of adjective, and if it changed into comparative or superlative form, it becomes better in comparative and best in a superlative form. So it's very different from the base form of adjective, like that. Same with bad, like the second example in the slides. Bad become worse and worst. Like, okay, far become further and farthest, like that. Little become less and least, later and last. And the other example, like old become elder and eldest, like that. Okay, but this has this structure. The structure is used as the same structure in the comparative and superlative degree. Okay, so that's all from the explanation about the comparison, the degree of comparison. So now it's time to practice. Yes, are you excited? Yes, of course. Now I give you 10 minutes to do the worksheet that I've already delivered to you with your friends, of course, and then let's discuss it later. Okay. Okay, class, the time is up now, and let's discuss the exercise that you have already done. Okay, I want you to read the first story. Who wants to read the story? Okay, Chandra, please read the story. Okay. Hi, I'm Andy. I'm 10 years old. I like sport, but I love eating too. After school, I often go to the fast food bar and buy a hot dog. I'm not good at swimming, but I'm a good handball player. Patrick is my friend. He is 9 years old. He loves football and he is a great swimmer. Josh is 11 years old and he is a basketball player in our school team. He is a captain. He can't swim. Susie is my friend too. She is 11 years old and she plays basketball very well. She is the captain in the girls' team. She loves swimming and she never eats fast food. Angelica is 8 years old. She swims and runs a lot. She doesn't care about her diet and she eats a lot of junk food. She loves donuts. Okay, thank you, Chandra, for reading the story for us, for the class. Okay, let's discuss the whole of numbers. Okay, the first number, who is the youngest? Anyone wants to answer? Yes, Tika? Patrick? Yes, Patrick is the youngest one. Why? Yes, because because he is 9 years old, based on the story. Okay, number 2. Whose diet is as unhealthy as Andy's? Yes. Angelica's diet? Yes. Angelica's diet is as unhealthy as Andy's diet. So why? Because she eats lots of fast food. Yes. Very good. Okay, number 3. Who plays basketball as well as Susie? So the answer is, yes, Rani? Joss. Okay, good. Why? Because Joss is captain. Same with Susie, right? Joss plays basketball as well as Susie. They have the same ability. Number 4. Who is taller than Andy's? Okay, who wants to answer? Cindy? Okay. Susie, Angelica, and Joss are taller than Andy. Yes, based on the picture, they are taller than Andy. Okay, the last number. Who is the worst swimmer? Yes, Vera, okay. Joss? Yes, great. Joss is the worst swimmer. Why? Based on the story, because Joss cannot swim compared to the other. Okay, good, everyone. Then let's move to the other parts of the practice time. Okay, who wants to? I want you to read the question and the answer, all of them. Who wants to answer? Yes, Yesta. Please read the question and the answer. Okay. Number 1, elephant is the strongest animal. 2, tiger is stronger than cat. 3, mouse is the weakest animal. 4, cat is weaker than tiger. 1, first chair is the most comfortable chair. 2, second chair is more uncomfortable than third chair. 3, third chair is more comfortable than second chair. 4, second chair is the most uncomfortable chair in the shop. Okay, let's take a look. Let's discuss together. Thank you, Jesta, for reading the question and answer of the exercise. Okay, number 1. Let's take a look at the number 1. Elephant is the strongest animal. So based on the picture, elephant compared to mouse, tiger, and cat, it is the strongest animal because it is the biggest one, right? Okay. Number 2, tiger is stronger than cat. Why? Because tiger is the bigger than cat, right? Okay, good. Number 3, mouse is the weakest animal. Why? Anyone supposed to answer? Yes, are you? Okay, good. Because mouse is the smaller than the others, the smallest animal, right? If compared to the other. Yes. Number 4, cat is weaker than tiger. Why? Anyone supposed to answer? Yes, you there? Okay. Yes, great. Because cat is smaller than tiger. So it must be weaker than tiger. Yes. Okay. Let's take a look at the second part. Number 1. First chair is the most comfortable chair. Why? Because first chair is a sofa. Okay, good. Good, everyone. First chair is a sofa. And then let's take a look at the number 2. Second chair is more uncomfortable than third chair. Why? Anyone wants to answer? Okay, Kathy? Yes? Okay, great. Because the third chair It's not a sofa, it's just an ordinary chair. It's not really comfortable than the first chair. Okay, good. Number 3. Third chair is more comfortable than second chair. So it is true because the third chair, it has a part side to lay down. So if we sit on the third chair, we can lay down on the chair. But the second chair, we cannot do anything. We cannot lay down on the chair. So the chair is more comfortable. And then the last number, second chair is the most uncomfortable chair in the shop. Why? Because compared to the others, the second chair is very uncomfortable. Yes. Okay. Guys, you have done a very good job on this lesson today. So actually the time is up right now, and to sum up, I will make it conclude on this lesson today. So what did we learn today? Yes, Tika? Okay, great. Degree of comparison, and how many types that exist in the degree of comparison? Yes, Hannah? Yes, 3 types. What is that? Okay, first one is positive degree. Yes, and then yes, the comparative degree and superlative degree. Yes, good. And then the other one, it's about the okay, and what will be used if we want to compare things that different? Yes, Aji? Oh, yes, great, the comparative degree one. And if we want to explain the supremacy of a things or a person, we use, yes, Rani? Yes, great, the superlative degree. Okay, and can you give the example of a sentence in the degree, in the comparison, the degree of comparison? Okay, yes, Vira? Okay, the test is difficult, more difficult than the homework. Yes, very good answer. Okay, great everyone. You guys have a good job in this lesson. Now we must end this class before, because the time is up. And then before we end this class, don't forget to look at your last part of worksheet. It's about a homework that you must work in individual at your home. And the first part is about you have to answer based on the picture. You must like that, consider which is the tallest, the youngest, and etc. based on the picture. And then the second part, do as creative as you can to compare two things based on the number that in the homework that I gave. And don't forget to submit it in the next week, and then we will discuss it later in the next meeting. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Okay, great. Okay, thank you for your attention, and I hope you feel happy, always happy, and stay healthy, everyone. Okay, thank you and goodbye.